Welcome back to Cooking with KP. Today we're going to make a Boursin pasta. Everybody talks about how it was kind of like this viral thing. A few years ago I gave it a try and it is really good. Easy to make. You just kind of assemble all of it in the oven and boil your pasta on the side, and you can personalize it in the sense that putting different vegetables or whatever in it that your family likes to eat. So let's go make it. All right, the first thing we're going to do is put our 2 boxes of Boursin in a cast iron skillet or any oven safe cookware you have on a layer of olive oil. And then we're going to prep our chicken. And what's good about this is that it doesn't have a lot of prep, especially if you buy the little cherry tomatoes, if you buy already sliced mushrooms. And what I normally do is just cut the chicken breasts into little bite-sized chunks. That way we don't have any cutting to do when you're ready to sit and eat. So I'm just going to cut them into strips and then cut them into little bite-sized chunks. And we'll lay those on the bottom of the skillet. I've made this with shrimp and we love it with shrimp. And what I'll do whenever I do the shrimp is I boil the noodles in a little bit of crab oil, and that makes them take on that little seafood, spicy Cajun, a hotter version of what the original dish was meant to be. Now, after we've added our chicken to the skillet, we're just going to salt and pepper the chicken a little bit. And then we'll add all of our other ingredients. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of pepper. And a little tiny bit of salt, because this cheese has a little salt in it. And then we're also adding a little bit of Tony's. I don't want to go crazy because this is meant to be creamy and mild. All right. Now to that, I am simply going to dump in the mushrooms. We love fresh mushrooms in our house. So I'm going to use a bunch because in pasta, and this is so creamy, it's going to be a filling meal also. All right, I'm going to put in all this container of tomatoes, which I have rinsed. And then we're going to take some whole garlic cloves, like a lot, like 20 of them. And then put more olive oil on the top. Just kind of make sure everything is pretty well coated. And this is going to roast in the oven. And it's done when the tomatoes burst. That's the rule of thumb. So you don't have to guess. And then you'll put in your cooked pasta. And I'm going to stir in the spinach at the last minute, at the end. And that's it. So we're going to pop this in the oven. And I'll let you know how long it actually takes. But that's what we're looking for when the tomatoes burst. All right, salt a pot of hot water and boil your pasta. I chose penne noodles, but you can use any shape you like. All right, we're going to drain our pasta. All right, y'all, it's been 45 minutes and it's ready. And this is how you know it's ready, is when these little tomatoes start to bust open. And then you're going to have soft garlic that's going to be roasted. We're going to put in our pasta and our drained spinach. I always use fresh in this just because, but I don't know why I forgot to buy that. And then we're just now going to combine it. And the cheese is in the middle, so just kind of keep folding it. It looks kind of liquidy right now, but whenever this pasta is in here, it's going to soak up all of this extra chicken juice. And it's going to make everything very creamy. So just keep incorporating all of your ingredients together. My skillet is big enough, but it would probably be easier if I had a really, really big pot where I could just kind of stir it without making a mess. So I'm gonna go slow so I don't make a mess till all of my spinach is distributed. All right, so let's serve us up a bowl. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything in it. And you can see all the sauce just kind of, every time you go to serve you some, you want to give it a little toss so that the sauce coats your noodles again. But look how good that looks now. Ooh. All right, so here we go. Let's give it a try. I love these tomatoes. It's like my favorite thing that I will put a lot of in my bowl. The pasta is still creamy. The mushrooms are perfect. It's healthy in the sense that all I used was olive oil, a bunch of vegetables. The cheese is so good, and they have a bunch of different flavors that you can buy too. So don't be afraid to mix them up, and hope you give this a try.